white people sometimes do the dumbest shit. Alright, y'all, I have started a new thing. Every Saturday, we're gonna call it Scary Saturday, and every Saturday we're gonna do something scary. I don't know, doing a 3 a.m. challenge, I don't know, watching a scary animation, playing a scary game. But on Saturday, every Saturday, we're going to do something scary. And drop in the comments below what is something scary you want me to do. This time, today, since I really don't have anything good, we're just gonna watch, like, I don't know, 3 scary animations. We're gonna react to them. I'm gonna give my personal opinion on how the situation should have went. Because, you know, these white people out here, in a scary movie, what do white people be tripping over? It could be a clear floor. And they're like, like Karen, Bethany. What the fuck did you trip on? Let's go grab some snacks real quick. Come on. I'll take y'all with me. Y'all see how dark it gets? Like if I'm right here, y'all see the little light? Damn, I look sexy. Anyways, but let me see, because house tour not available yet. Let's see something. Alright, so look, let's go grab some snacks. Dude, bro, I'm over here looking like freaking Michael Blackson. Ah, much better. Okay. Alright, listen. I'm still dark. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go over the light. Some apple juice. Grab me a little snacky snack. You ever see ring things? I'm not promoting them, but like they're good. Street. So it's oh, I dropped it on. Turn this light off. These awkward moments, I'm not gonna cut any of this out. This is gonna be awkward. I'm not cutting any of this out. Just to let y'all know. I'm gonna show y'all me setting up the camera, what it takes. I'm not cutting any of this out. Now this is kind of wasting the scary Sunday, but who freaking cares? Let's get into the video.
My name is Alan, and this happened a year ago. I was at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport and about to check in, going to Dubai.
What is that, Japanese?
I was standing in the line to check in when I noticed that someone was staring at me. It was a girl. She seemed like an ordinary girl at first, but then I noticed that her eyes were odd. They were open, very wide.
Oh,
she was smiling at me, but her smile was kind of annoying and crooked. I got creeped out, so after I was finished checking in, I quickly went through immigration and headed to the flight gates.
Sorry if I'm talking.
Before going to the gates, I stopped at the restroom, and while I was urinating there, I could hear someone faintly whispering outside. I could tell that it was a girl's voice. When I finally walked outside, I encountered the same girl who I had met at the check-in line. She was just standing there. But then, I saw scissors in her pocket.
Dodge.
I quickly pushed her, ran away, and hid from her for a while.
You should have took the...
30 minutes later, I barely arrived at the gate. And guess who arrived at the gate?
Creepy bitch.
Right. The same girl was there again.
Maybe you her dad.
She was literally stalking me the whole time. Right then, I was terrified. So when we started boarding, I made sure that I didn't make eye contact with her at all.
I'm sorry, but does anyone notice this bitch got scissors in her hand? Like, did we not learn from the whole 9/11 thing? She got scissors in her hand. And you telling me everybody just like, Oh, look at this cute little girl with a little scissor hand. Maybe she's in arts and crafts. No.
Fortunately, my
This
seat was
unacceptable.
apart from hers. So, at least I felt a little relieved during the flight. But this story didn't end there.
Oh, God.
When I arrived in Dubai, I quickly got out of the airport and headed to the currency exchange counter. While I was exchanging my money, I looked around several times, but there was no sign of her anywhere. I quickly grabbed my money, but the moment I turned around, my heart
Creepy
dropped.
bitch.
The same girl whom I'd met at the airport was there. She was staring at me, holding scissors. But this time, she started twitching bizarrely. Her smile became bigger and even scarier, and she was walking toward me. Closer.
I had the chills.
Closer. It was almost 2 a.m., and there was nobody else around in that area.
For real?
I had no choice but to run, so I dashed quickly away and started searching for a taxi to get to the train station. Just then, I realized that the girl started to speed up and chase after me.
Are she in heels?
I narrowly found one
She running
taxi,
that trap.
and when I got in, it was a sigh of relief. When I glanced out the back window, the girl was standing there and was staring straight into my eyes. After 2 weeks, I went back to Manila. Of course, I didn't see her anymore after that night. However, the memory of that girl has been haunting me to this day.
She right there.
I haven't been able to forget her face.
And you telling me, out of all the people that was there, nobody saw her with scissors? You see a girl coming at you twitching, you ain't gonna assume she got the Holy Ghost or something. Like, what? Huh? What person you know in church catch the Holy Ghost with scissors in their hand? Like, the encounter.
This is about a dream I had when I was in middle school. In my dream, I was standing in a huge empty space with other people, and I could see the dim light from afar. In fact, behind us, there were some strange people coming after us. They were chasing after us, walking on all fours, catching and eating people. Each person ran quickly towards the light. I was frightened by those strange beings chasing me from behind, but for some reason, I couldn't move my legs to run. However, at one point, I suddenly realized it was a dream and felt at ease. It's a dream. I was standing there, and at that moment, a man in his 30s who was running just stopped next to me. Are you dreaming too? The moment the man spoke to me, I got goosebumps. How could it be possible to meet another person in a dream? While we were standing still looking at each other, the people behind us suddenly attacked us. At that moment, I woke up screaming. In my whole 26 years of existence, I only have one dream that I vividly remember. It's about a nightmare that I had when I was in the 8th grade. Although I can't remember the whole story, the last moment still gives me a chill to this day. So, I was being chased by someone on a mountain along with some other guy in this dream. I could feel how I was gasping for air and the pain on both of my legs.
What is up with this girl in dreams and somebody chasing you with a man in your dreams? Girl, you just horny.
The man suddenly grabbed my shoulder and told me to run away and live.
Oh.
Furthermore, he already knew my name. That was the weirdest moment. As soon as he finished what he was saying, the man who was chasing after us appeared from behind and smashed his head in heavily. And that's when I woke up. Being afraid, I noticed that I had been bleeding on both sides of my nose when I woke up. It was about 5 a.m. I woke up my mom and talked about the dream. I know that it was just a dream, but I kept feeling uncomfortable, so I told my family to be careful. To my surprise, I heard that my uncle died the next day. He just died abruptly, even though he wasn't sick at all. At that moment, when I heard that from my dad, I got goosebumps. Well, of course,
You killed him?
it's just a coincidence, but who knows? A few years ago, my mom, my younger sister, and I went out for dinner at a local restaurant one night. As we were walking on the sidewalk towards the restaurant, I noticed a man walking towards us from the opposite direction. Well, I can say
So
that
he's
this
just trying
was
to walk.
normal. But there was sort of a creepy vibe about him.
Oh.
He looked like he was in his mid-50s. He was tall and had a dirty beard. He was also bald.
Hold up. First, you can't just assume somebody trying to mess with you just off of how they look. My man was bald, so what? My music teacher bald, we don't call him a rapist or something like that. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of girls say he's a... But that's besides the point.
Anyway, we walked inside the restaurant, and the waiter led us to a table. Then, a few minutes later, the same man from the sidewalk walked in and sat at a table close
What
to
if he
ours,
try and get something to
which
eat?
was so uncomfortable. I thought this was weird, but when our meals came out, I just swept away any doubts
She
about
was hungry.
him.
Fat
While we were eating, I noticed that he was staring at me the whole time. I tried to ignore him. When my sister and I were almost finished eating, the waiter came up to us and said to my mom, "Ma'am, don't worry, your bill has been paid." My mom was confused and asked him what he meant. And he said that the man who was sitting next to our table had offered to pay the bill for.
See, what a nice ass dude. I mean, it's only a few times you go see, she over here judging a man. I mean, he do look creepy, but like, he done paid the bill. That look like a pretty fancy restaurant. So, you know, the fancy restaurants be expensive. Look at, what a nice, I like you. I like you.
Although
I like you
this was a cheap restaurant, my mom refused the offer and explained that she was creeped out by that man. The waiter soon nodded and went to go get our bill. When he left, the man slowly walked towards us, opened a strange duffel bag he was carrying, and pulled out 2 stuffed animals. The shapes of the stuffed animals were totally crushed, and I didn't realize that it was an animal at first. It was the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen in my life. My heart started beating faster when he came over to our table and gave the stuffed animals to me and my sister. Being a 5-year-old girl,
Karen,
my sister
call
was
his
going
manager.
to say yes, but my mom and I both interrupted and refused.
No.
Then the man didn't say a word.
Oh, he
He
pissed.
walked back to his table and sat down.
Karen,
After the
you-
waiter came back with our bill, my mom explained what just happened. The waiter said that the man paid for his meal, so
That's-
it wasn't possible to kick him out. However, the waiter said that he would follow us out of the restaurant to make sure everything was okay.
Why the music bumping
Later
like
that
this?
night, when we came back home, I tried to fall asleep, but it was hard to close my eyes because I was still feeling uncomfortable. I just laid there, and when I looked at the clock, it was around 2 a.m. All of a sudden, I heard someone walking outside my window. It was the fall season, so all the dead leaves would make loud crunching sounds whenever
Of
someone
course.
walked on them. At first,
course.
I assumed that it might have been some type of animal. However, I abruptly remembered the man from the restaurant and began to feel scared. The sound of footsteps was getting closer, and I shut my eyes as tight as I possibly could. Knock, knock, knock. I heard someone knock on my window 3 times. Slowly, I froze. I knew that it was a red flag and that I shouldn't open my eyes. But I opened my eyes cautiously. Then my heart dropped. The man at the restaurant was peeking through my window. With his glaring eyes, his eyes were fixed on me and looked me up and down. I couldn't scream at all. I just laid there, praying that it must be a dream. However, he didn't do any harm to me. He just stood there watching me and then walked away after a while. I didn't get any sleep for the rest.
It was cool that you paid for the meal. Like, I messaged you because of that. But you want to come at my window, start... Yo. Hey, how am I supposed to be scared? You all like... Fuck. I'm going to show y'all what y'all need to do. In situations like this, let me show y'all what y'all need to do. Let me show you. Here I have a brush. Here's some watches. Put it inside here. It's like a little arts and crafts. This video is not made for kids though, so don't. See, I was trying to tell you, it was cool that you paid for the freaking meal. But the problem is, you don't follow me to my house, partner. Actions have consequences. There can be good consequences, or they can be the consequence you're about to get. You want to come up in my house?
Of the night. The next morning, I explained to my mom what happened yesterday, and she called the police right away. However, although the police searched all over the area, they couldn't find him.
Is that him?
They didn't know who that creeper was or what he wanted. But I'll never forget that night.
Did y'all see that freak? That concludes our Scary Saturday. I hope y'all learned a life lesson off of this situation. But let's not excuse the fact that this girl took the stuffed animal that the motherfucker provided and laid it on her freaking... White people sometimes do the dumbest shit.